Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. In today's video, we are going to learn Euler's theorem for homogeneous functions, and it pertains to partial differentiation. So this is a second video in the series of partial differentiation. We have already discussed the basics of partial derivatives. Now this is a very important theorem which helps you to get a relationship between partial derivatives. There's a peculiar result which you obtain for specific functions which are called homogeneous functions. So let's first begin by understanding what is homogeneity with respect to partial differentiation. When we talk about homogeneous functions in partial differentiation, any function of the form x to the power n into anything involving y by x. So it's a power of x attached with a function of y by x, which is called a homogeneous function of degree n in x and y. So now here you have to understand certain points, that n need not be a natural number here. Don't think that if we are saying that it's degree n, so n has to be a natural number. N can be any real number. So if you have any power of x into a function of y by x, such a combo, such a composition, such a composite function is going to be called a homogeneous function of degree n. So let's quickly look at certain examples. If you look at x plus y upon root x plus root y, then you can take x common from above and root x common from below to write the rest of it as a function of y by x. Rest of it is a function of y by x, and the effective power which is present on the outside is x to the power half, because you can cancel this root x with this x above to get a root x in the numerator. So you can put it in the form x to the power half into a function of y by x, and hence this function is a homogeneous function of degree half. Similarly, x to the power 4 sine of x by y is x to the power 4 into a function of y by x, so it's a homogeneous function of degree 4. Now look at this one. This is homogeneous of degree. You have power 3 above, power 2 above. So effectively it's a power 1 into a function of y by x. So this is a homogeneous function of degree 1. Similarly, you can write this function x square plus y square to the power minus 1 by 8 as x to the power minus 2 by 8, because this square will go out, but there's a power minus 1 by 8 attached to it, and the resultant is a function of y by x. So it's a homogeneous function of degree minus 1 by 4. So this is what homogeneous function actually means when we talk about partial derivatives. Now there's a peculiar result which is called Euler's theorem for homogeneous functions, which is really important when you discuss certain results pertaining to homogeneous functions. Then this theorem comes into play, and this helps you to prove a lot of identities in reference to such functions. So let's quickly have a look at it. It's a very easy result. Suppose there is a homogeneous function u in x and y of degree n. So that means u looks like x to the power n into a function of y by x. So suppose you have a function which looks like this, then it satisfies a result concerning its partial derivatives. That result is, since u is a function of x and y, so the first independent variable x times the partial derivative of u with respect to x only. So whatever is coming here, its corresponding partial derivative is coming here. U's corresponding partial derivative is coming here. So x into the partial derivative with respect to x plus y into the partial derivative with respect to y. This left hand side can be easily evaluated by just taking the degree times the function itself. It's a very easy result, but you have to read it like this, that the amalgamation of the independent variables with the corresponding partial derivatives, this composite is actually equal to the degree times the function itself. And let's have a quick look at the proof. Since u is a homogeneous function of degree n, so you can write u like this. So let's calculate the left hand side of the required expression, and let's see whether we get the right hand side. The left hand side, if we evaluate the left hand side for this u, which looks like x to the power n into f of y by x, and we amalgamate it with the first independent variable into the corresponding partial derivative plus the second independent variable into the corresponding partial derivative, this amalgamation, this sum has to boil down to the degree times the function itself, which is very easy to see. If you know a little bit of partial differentiation, then it's very easy to understand that del u by del x, when you are calculating the derivative with respect to x, then y is like a constant. So it's like a function of x into another function of x, but y is to be treated as a constant. So the derivative of the first function into the second function as it is, plus the first function as it is into the derivative of the second function which we have obtained, we have to differentiate this with respect to x, treating y as a constant. So it will be the derivative of f into the derivative of y by x, treating y as a constant. So it's minus y by x square. Similarly, del u by del y, when you do, then x to power n is going to be like a constant, because when you are doing partial differentiation with respect to y, x is treated like a constant. So it's just f dash into y by x into 1 by x, because you are differentiating with respect to y. So now let's compute the left hand side of the required equality. When we do x into del u by del x plus y into del u by del y, you multiply the first, this one by x, this one by y, you will see that two terms cancel out and you are left with n into x to power n into f of y by x. But this is nothing but your u only. So that helps you to have Euler's theorem proved for homogeneous functions. So if u is a homogeneous function of degree n in x and y, then this result which we have obtained just by doing partial differentiation is called Euler's theorem for homogeneous functions. Now this has a very obvious generalization to more than two variables. So instead of u being a function of x and y, suppose u is a function of x, y and z. Suppose it's a homogeneous function which looks like x to power n into f of y by x comma z by x. So suppose u looks like this, then it's very easy to prove this also. But most of the times this result where u is a function of two variables is considered to be the most useful one, because most of the questions that you get in your examination are pertaining to functions of two variables only. Also, this has an extension to order 2. So this is an order 1 result, because you have differentiated u with respect to x and y partially only once. But if you differentiate twice, then this is the result that you get, which we have not proved here, but we'll be doing a sample question here to make you understand how this result comes. So x square into the second order derivative of u with respect to x plus 2xy into the mixed derivative del 2u by del x del y plus y square into del 2u by del y square turns out to be degree into degree minus 1 times the function itself. So this is the order 2 result which you get, but it's not used very frequently in the questions. So we are avoiding the proof here. The proof is not very difficult. We'll be demonstrating the proof through a sample question here. So let's quickly flip through the problems which are really important from exam point of view. Problems on Euler's theorem are going to look like this. A typical problem on Euler's theorem looks like this. You'll be given a function u which looks like something which is not directly homogeneous, but you can extract something out of it which is going to be homogeneous and then apply the theorem to it. So suppose u is sine inverse x square plus y square upon x plus y, then you have to prove certain result about u. But looking at the left hand side, this gives you a prompt of applying Euler's theorem, because whenever you see independent variable into the corresponding partial derivative plus another independent variable into the corresponding partial derivative, this prompts you to use Euler's theorem. But Euler's theorem is applicable to homogeneous functions only, but this function in the original form is not homogeneous, because homogeneous looks like x to power n into a function of y by x. So u in the original form is not homogeneous, but if you take sine here, sine u is indeed a homogeneous function. So instead of applying the theorem to u directly, you are going to apply it to sine u. So let's call z, let's call sine u by z. Then z is a homogeneous function of degree 1. You can see you can take a power x square out from above and x out from below. So effectively it's a power 1 into a function of y by x. So z, which is sine u here, is a homogeneous function of degree 1. So you can apply Euler's theorem to z. But when you apply it to z and z is sine u, the relationship that you require is pertaining to u. Now you just have to relate the derivatives. You have already got a result in terms of z, but z was sine u. So del z by del x is nothing but cos u del u by del x. Similarly, del z by del y is nothing but cos u del u by del y. So if you divide by cos u throughout, you get the desired result. So this is the desired. So that's a typical approach one follows for proving things, certain things which are given in the question and they look like Euler's theorem, but directly Euler's theorem is not applicable to the given function. So you're going to extract a function out of it and apply the theorem to that, and then move towards the variable which is desired in the given question. So similarly here also, look at this. This is a try problem. You can try it on your own. It's exactly on the same lines as the above question. The only thing is that instead of applying the theorem to u, you are going to apply it to cos u. So you'll call cos u as z and apply the theorem to z, and then from z you will relate the derivatives and get this result related to the derivatives of u. Now one more question, but this question has been intentionally put here because it is asking you to have a result related to the second order also. So let's look at this typical problem. Again, in this question, as I told you, that whenever you come across such a question, the given function directly is not going to be homogeneous, but whatever is waiting outside, you take its inverse here to apply Euler's theorem to that, because that function is going to be homogeneous, and then whatever is desired can be obtained just through the relationship between the partial derivatives. So here we are not applying the theorem to u, we are applying it to e to the power u, and e to power u is a homogeneous function of degree 1, so you apply the theorem there, but z was e to power u, so you have the derivatives and the result is proved. But there's a tail attached to this question. It says that you find the derivative, the value of this second order expression also. Now the second order expression, if you recall, then we have just stated here that for second order you have this result that if u is a homogeneous function of degree n, then this expression looks like the n into n minus degree minus 1 times the function itself. But here the result which is expected is in terms of u. So let us see, but u is directly not homogeneous, so we cannot apply the result here directly. So let's see how we approach this problem. Now since z is homogeneous of degree n, z which was e to the power u, this is homogeneous of degree n, so you can apply the result to z here. Alright, so you apply the result to z here. So x square del 2 z by del x. But what was the degree of this function? The degree was 1. You can see the degree is 1. So n into n minus 1. Since the degree is 1, so 1 into 1 minus 1. So this becomes 0. So this expression you have got because z was homogeneous. So you could apply the result to z. But the desired result is related to u. So now you just have to relate the derivatives. What is del? Since z is e to power u, so what will be del z by del x? It's e to power u del u by del x. So del 2z by del x square, you just do one more partial differentiation by applying the product rule because these are functions of x. And similarly you have del 2z by del y square. So this is what you get. And for del 2z by del x del y, you can either do del z by del x partial derivative with respect to y. So whatever you have got here, del z by del x, you can differentiate this partially with respect to y. So when you do that, what will happen? E to power u del u by del y into del u by del x as it is, plus e to power u as it is into del 2 u by del x del y. That's what you get when you do differentiation of del z by del x with respect to y for obtaining del 2z by del x del y. You can do any way. So either you differentiate del z by del x partially with respect to y, or you differentiate del z by del y with respect to x. You are going to get the same result because in most of the situations cross derivatives are equal, and the problems on Euler's theorem are generally such that the functions given to you have equality of mixed derivatives. So you can follow any order for obtaining your partial derivatives which are mixed. So when you substitute, you are now substituting the value of del 2z by del x square from here, del 2z from del y square from here, and del 2z by del x del y from here. But what will happen is, e to power u is common, so you can strike it off. What will happen is that you will get the desired, whatever is desired, you separate those terms out, but in the end you will be left with x into del u by del x plus y into del u by del y's whole square. The extra terms which are left, because del 2u by del x square, this you have incorporated, del 2u by del x, del 2u by del y square you have incorporated, and del 2u by del x del y you have incorporated with twice. Alright, so this is separate, but rest of it, when you do rest of it, it's x into del u by del x whole square. You can check x square into del u by del x whole square. So it's x into del u by del x plus y into del u by del y whole square. But this is the order 1 result. You have just now obtained that this expression is equal to 1 as the first part of the problem. X into del u by del x plus y into del u by del y is equal to 1. So using that, you obtain the expression for the second order derivative expression, the desired equality. You had to find the expression, the value of the expression x square del 2u by del x square plus 2xy del 2u by del x del y plus y square del 2u by del y square, and that turns out to be -1, because when you take it to the other side its value is 1, so it goes to the other side to make it -1. Now look at this try question. It's again sine u. You are going to apply the result to sine u. Z equal to sine u is a homogeneous function of degree 0. So when you apply Euler's theorem to Z, you get this expression very easily. Now look at this one. U is tan inverse of this. So you can see that here u directly, in all such questions, the given function directly is not going to be homogeneous. But when you take tan to the other side, tan of u is a homogeneous function of degree 2. So you can straight away apply the result to tan u and then relate the derivatives to get the desired expression. In the above question, you can also prove the way we have proven in the previous question. You can obtain an expression involving second order derivatives also, but for that keep in mind that you need the first order result also somewhere along the line. So if you look at this proof nicely, then this actually simplifies to something involving u. Whatever you had to prove, that you separate, but rest of it is going to become order 1 expressions whole square. So keep that in mind while doing the calculations, then it's very easy. And look at the last question for practice which is given. Obviously here log of x4 plus y4 upon x plus y is not homogeneous, but if you take exponential on both the sides, z, which is e to power u, is going to be homogeneous of degree 3. So you can apply the result to z and then go back to u through the relationship between the partial derivatives. So that's the typical type which you can get related to this topic in partial differentiation. I hope this theorem is clear to everybody. It talks about homogeneous functions which are functions of two variables. Generally it's used for two variables only, but it has an extension to 3 variables also, as I just stated. But I think you can stick to the 2 variable, and the second order result also comes very rarely in the exams. It's the first order result along with this condition that u is a function of 2 independent variables x and y, which is a typical problem one gets from Euler's theorem in all the calculus examinations. So that is all about Euler's theorem. I hope you like the video. If you like it, please press the like button and share forward. Thank you so much for watching.